going on? Welcome back.
Hello.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on? It's about time.
Yeah. We had a little break. We had a little break over the weekend. We didn't do a Friday show, but
we had some scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, yes, we did.
Amongst the group. D had diarrhea all weekend, so we couldn't do it.
Because that guy got the Rona.
Danny got the Rona.
I got the Rona.
You know, shit's just
it's still out there.
Place.
It's still out there. It's the devil.
It
keeps me a week off of work, but with a lot going on at work, I need to be there. But what can you do, right?
Yeah. So this is episode 10. For those who don't know me, my name is Mike. I'll be hosting today. To my left is Paulo. To my bottom right is Danny, who's in quarantine. And to my left-hand corner, my brother, Dee. We're going to start off this episode with our weekly picks. I know we didn't have the show on Friday, but we still gave our weekly picks to each other. I'm going to start off with the gambling god, as Paulo likes to call him. Tone went 3-0. Listen, that's back to
1.
That's right. I'm sorry, I apologize. He went 2-1. He went 2-1 and now stands at 7-5. He had the Bengals -2.5, which was wrong. Jacksonville -3 right, and the Rams +1. He got that right too. So Tone's in first at 7-5. He went 3-0 last week, 2-1 this week. So he's bouncing back. I think he was nervous for the episode, man. I don't think he wants to. Think he should not mess with the vibe. Let's see, Bremen went 2-1 this week.
Yeah, buddy.
He had the Eagles at -9. That was a loss. Minnesota at -4.5. That covered, even though it wasn't looking good at the start.
It wasn't looking good at one point. You're right.
And the Cowboys bounced back, and he had the Cowboys -6.5, and that was pretty much
get them boys
in the first half.
Best kicker in the league.
Yeah, and then I went 1-2. And surprisingly, the only one I got right was Chicago. Barely. But I went with Steelers -3. That was a terrible pick. Bengals -2.5. I don't know what's wrong with them. And then I went with Chicago +3.5. It was looking good as an outright win. But suppose Chicago does what Chicago does. D went 1-2 as well. He went with the Bengals as well, 2.5. Baltimore at -1.5, and the Colts +1.5. They fought back, tied it up, but gave up a game-winning touchdown in overtime. And then Paulo went 1-2 as well. No, 2-1. Paulo picked the Texans +3.
I'm back.
Vikings -4.5 covered that. And then his only loss was the Saints with -3.5. So the standings, like I said, Tone's in first at 7-5. And everybody else, me, Paulo, D, and Danny at 6-6. So it's it's still tight, but Tone right now, the past 2 weeks is the hot one.
He's 5-1. 5-1.
5-1 in the last 2 weeks? Yeah, 5-1 in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. So yeah, you guys want to talk about your picks?
That water made him pick back.
Now it's the water. Now we gotta blame the water.
What? Real quick, P. What was the one pick that you could change? Obviously the Saints, right? Because you lost that one.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, they should have. I mean, on paper they should have won that game, but it's football. It's rigged. They didn't want me to win B3-0. So.
Yeah, D, are you with me? Bengals -2.5.
Well, that's the thing. We never expected the Bengals to be the way they are, but it is what it is at this point, right?
Yeah. And then Danny had the Eagles at 9, but Washington, they played fully tough.
Listen, they have a bad QB. That Washington has a bad QB, but that team comes to play. That defense is not that bad. They come to play. Surprising, but what can you do, right? NFL's rigged.
All right, so that's our weekly picks. We'll do an episode on Friday, hopefully, with week 5.
Can we talk about the Bengals real quick though? Like, what the fuck?
Go ahead.
I think it goes back to the injury. I think he don't look the same.
I don't think he's 100%. I mean, he reactivated a couple weeks ago, but I mean, week 1, week 1, whether or not, but I think all 4 games at halftime he's been under 100 yards. Well, week 1 he didn't even get to 100 yards for the whole game, but at halftime he's thrown under 100 yards.
But Jamar Chase is open.
He's always fucking open.
He even said it. He's like, I'm always open. Throw him the fucking ball.
Yeah, and then T. Higgins, my God. I mean,
shit.
Fractured rib now. Great.
It's like the motherfucker got paid and forgot about the motherfuckers that got him paid. Yeah,
that calf injury is lingering, man. I told you it was going to bother him, and you can see it. You need your legs to throw the ball, right? I don't know if it's his right calf or his left.
I think it's his right. I think it's
that makes it even worse if it's his right, because that's where you have to put all your weight to throw the ball. If he doesn't sit but they can't afford him to sit.
Not no more.
So at 1-3, they need every game now.
When's their bye week?
I
know they're at Arizona this week. That's not even a lock the way they're playing, honestly.
No, Arizona fights. They were in the game with the Niners too, but yeah. Cincinnati's in trouble. Cincinnati's in huge.
And you could tell that he's not right? Because like I watched part of that game here and there, obviously because I have T. Higgins. You could tell it's bothering because they're not being as aggressive as they usually are down the field. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if he, like he said, I don't know if he can really push off. You know what I mean, like that. But
so he got 2 more games before bye week.
And who's that? Arizona, and who's the other one before the bye?
Seattle.
And who's their backup quarterback?
I don't even. I know they signed AJ McCarron prior to last week's game, Monday's game.
Jake Browning.
Yeah, so you can't even afford to sit him down. I was going to say, with Arizona, maybe you can afford to sit him down.
They need Zach Wilson.
But he won't sit anyway. You know, exactly. Kurt Warner even said it. You know, it's not going to go. He's not going to sit. As long as you can play, as long as you feel that you're good enough on Sunday to throw the ball, he's going to play.
But maybe he doesn't even feel good enough. But he's the best available.
I think Joe. I think, to be honest, I'm being honest about this. I mean, I believe me. I think they still have a chance, man. That team is not bad. I don't think we're counting them out.
I think they're like a low-seeded wild card team at the moment.
Exactly. You know how long?
That's
as of now. But you're looking at them. What they went to the Super Bowl with basically the squad. They went to the championship game.
They've been to the championship game the past 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. So with the lesser squad, I think, you know, the offensive line has improved. I think they still have the weapons, and you know, and seeing them throw, but you see him throw to Chase. He still has it. He's still throwing the deep ball. You know what I mean? I just don't know what it is. And you know, could it be the defense?
Yeah, but I don't think they're. I don't think they're attacking like they usually.
Probably.
It might be the lingering calf issue, but like I said, like I'm not. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet. But like, is he hurting the team by being out there?
I mean, with or without him, I think they're fucked. So
that's what I mean. They have no better option. What other better option do they have to put him?
They don't have another option.
Browning.
Who's Jake Browning?
Who the fuck is that?
Who?
Danny Rivera should go out. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah, with COVID.
So it doesn't even matter.
They're behind. Listen, they're behind the 8 ball already. They're going to play catch up unless if they go on an 8-9 game winning streak. They're going to be playing catch up and they'll be fighting for.
And you know what it is too. Are they at Arizona or Arizona? Yeah. And here's the thing with Arizona, right? Arizona just doesn't have enough talent. Right? They fight, but you can see what Arizona is. At the end of the when it comes to crunch time, they don't have enough talent to fight to the end. Because they were in the game with the Niners, but what happened? The Niners overpowered them because they have too much talent for them. So if Cincinnati doesn't start off well in this game, they can easily be 1-4.
Yeah. And going into that matchup, we're sitting here thinking about Cincinnati at Arizona. That might be a survivor pick. I don't know, man.
I'll stay away from that one.
I'm staying away from
Arizona's been playing.
And listen, we make fun of the pum, but they playing for this guy.
No, they are.
They're playing the hell out for them.
And let me tell you also something. Let me tell you something. In that division, they can do it. I don't, Pittsburgh could go.
Pittsburgh, they need to fire. I think they need to fire their offensive. Pittsburgh,
they're not expected to make the playoffs. Baltimore, if they're real, only because Deshaun Watson's shoulder injury. Deshaun Watson's not there. I don't think they're that effective. So Cincinnati needs to take advantage these next couple of weeks to try to go ahead and move up in that division.
Listen, through the first 4 weeks, Baltimore is clearly the best team in the division.
And from what I read too with the Browns, I think they're on their bye week this week.
Yeah.
But their teammates are pissed off because they were told by Deshaun Watson that he was gonna play on Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday night. I seen
10:30 in the morning. He informed the team he wasn't gonna play.
It's Masseuse ain't come in.
That's probably what it was. So they were pissed off. So that might be the only reason they can they can fight to be in second place because Baltimore's going to take off with this.
Yeah.
Is his injury? Is Deshaun Watson's injury his thrown arm?
That I don't know.
Because if it's not, and Derek Carr is playing with an AC spring joint, on his thrown arm, I think I don't know. But I seen it on Saturday night. Like Saturday night, it was reports saying that he's expected to play. Didn't practice all week, but is expected to play. And then all of a sudden, I seen that he was out when the inactives came out around like 11:30 on Sunday, and I was like, oh, he's out. I was like, all right, and then that's when the line slipped.
It is a right shoulder, yes. So
okay.
So just all right,
all right, so that's that. That was our picks. We talked briefly on the struggles of the Bengals. We're going to move on now to our teams' performances week 4. Since I'm the host, I get to pick and choose who starts first between the three of you guys. I'm not going to start with my team first, but I want to start off with D. Dolphins. Big game. One of the big games of the week was Miami at Buffalo. D, simple. Give me your three takeaways from the game. And
all right, so there's three takeaways right there. No, there's more takeaways, but there's three that I'm a superstitious guy, right? So my superstitious is this, right? So the one is we had a thing going, so I'm blaming all three of you. Right? We had a thing going where we were on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we were on Friday, and we were 3-0 while this was going on. Right? So you three are to blame. My second blame goes
I guess
to Danny.
we gonna skip every Friday then.
My second blame goes to Danny. For
what are you talking about?
Jumping on board.
Do a touchdown.
You are a touchdown. You're not a Dolphin fan. You're not a Dolphin fan.
I'm not a New Yorker, and I'm
jinxed us this week. So I'm blaming you.
And blame the MVP. The MVP of the NFL.
And my third blame goes to this. I'm gonna say it's on the defense, right?
That's what I want to bring up with you is the defense is giving up way too many fucking points.
And it's a problem, right? I'm sorry. I've said it before with Bradley Chubb, but fuck, this guy disappears a lot, man. And I said it, right? I said it before. I don't know if we said it before. I don't know. I think we were on Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday, whatever it was. That if Jalen Phillips doesn't play, it was going to affect the team, right? Then when I got because every time I see this injury report, Miami's injury report is always so fucking wrong. When our safety Deshaun Elliott was out, I'm like, fuck. Now and Bethel's going to play, and then fucking what's his name? Jones was going to play. I'm like, we're going to struggle, right? I get it. Vic Fangio's a great defensive coordinator, but he needs to figure something out, right? What I don't understand, I get it, how Xavier Howard looks like he probably lost a step, right? But he's getting paid as a top cornerback in this league, right? And to have a second-year undrafted cornerback on their best receiver and who was getting torched all fucking game.
What was with that? Like, I'm not trying to interrupt.
I do not know. But
why? He moves around, right? He doesn't stay on one side of the field, right? Because I remember the year that he moved.
That's what I do not understand. This is a new defensive coordinator. Team, so he decided to keep him on a different side. But I don't understand is he's getting torched. He's getting abused. Does Xavier Howard have to sit there and say, hey, listen, I want him. Give me him. or does Big Fangio say, hey, listen, switch this shit the fuck up? Like, it has to switch. We stuck with them in the beginning, right? It was a punt, boom, boom. They threw a right, we threw a left. They threw a right, we threw a left. Bro, it's only so much you can score. Like, it's gonna come a time when you're gonna hit a stall, right? We scored 70 last week, and then you know what I mean. It's gonna happen where you're not gonna continue to score every fucking drive. So the defense needs to get fixed ASAP. But I get it. We're missing Ramsey. That's not the reason why this looks like this. There's no way, right? And another person to blame is Chris Greer, right? And the reason why I'm blaming our general manager is because he put these pieces together, right? Every year it's the same shit. You got to give the defense more pieces or more pieces to put in, right? Agba, you got paid. You haven't showed up at all. I don't even know if you're in the game, right? And then the offensive line, bro. Every year you need to protect Tua, right? We've seen he needs to be protected because with him in the team in the lineup, we score. The ball moves. When he's out, we struggle. Bro, you haven't done shit in the offensive line. That dude, Liam Inkenberg, whatever his name is, number 74, he's gonna get Tua killed. He got Teron Armstead hurt. How he's on the fucking squad, I do not know.
What's the injury with Armstead?
It's a knee injury, so it's week to week, but he's out this week, right? So our blame needs to go to the defensive side and our general manager because you're doing nothing to fix the offensive line, and the defense isn't doing shit. Our bright spot is Achane. Achane looks amazing. He looks like he's ready to be the RB1, and he's taking over.
Damn Mostert, man! God damn it!
But these like Tyreek Hill didn't show up. Jalen Waddle looked like he wasn't even a part of the game. And then my thing is, we're short on wide receivers. Why the fuck is Braxton Berrios receiving kickoffs? If we're short receivers, why is he receiving kickoffs?
He's fast.
Doesn't matter. We're short. He's our third receiver. He gets injured. We got to put booty ass Cedric Wilson in.
Hey man, he could make a play.
Oh, the chosen one too, man.
Holy shit, bro! It's
chosen.
Listen, I knew it was gonna be a tough game. I fucking hate Buffalo. I hate Josh Allen.
Buffalo.
I hate everything about Buffalo. Buffalo is the only fucking place I've ever been to where the Chinese food sucked.
Damn.
Fuck, I hate Buffalo so much, and I hate Josh Allen's face.
Buffalo, whatever.
I thought it was a great game.
Of course you did. I fucking hate him.
I mean, my MVP candidate looked like an MVP. I mean, shit. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better game.
Man, they couldn't stop Stephon Diggs either.
The thing is this, right? Everyone had Buffalo, 0-1. Everybody was counting them out. Now they put together a 3-game winning streak. This is when MVPs come and show up. All right. Josh Allen is the real deal.
I got a question.
As long as he don't turn the ball over, he's fine.
I mean, that's a big
if. The offense try to run the same offense that they did against Denver. A lot of players
Miami?
are the same.
No, that's Miami's offense.
That's Miami.
It's just strictly Miami's offense. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what it is. Right, like they're 0-1 against the Jets. You want me to tell you why they're 0-1 against the Jets? They put pressure on Josh Allen. Miami didn't do it. The only person who put pressure on him was Van Ginkel.
Yeah,
their linebackers are terrible.
That's Fangio. Like, what is going on with him?
He doesn't blitz.
Yeah, that's not him though. He's used to doing that though.
Exactly.
He did that with the 49ers. He did that with the Bears. I mean, when he was in the 49ers, top defense. With the Bears, top defense.
But listen,
what is going on with him this year?
But if you don't blitz, you have to have pass rushes, right? We don't have that.
But that's the one thing with Bradley Chubb. Like, since he's got traded to Miami, I feel like he's just like 1 week he'll show up, 2 weeks.
He was like that in Denver. I don't think he was that great in Denver either. And now he's stuck. We gave him all this damn money. He disappeared like a fucking ghost.
The one thing I caught in that game, or they talked about it too. Like these teams that are fast, right? Like Miami back in the day, the greatest show on turf with the Rams, right? Like these teams that are fast. What Buffalo was doing, they were putting hands on the line of scrimmage with these receivers, right? Maybe that affects because when you have such a fast offense and all these weapons that are fast, like the Rams, for example, I'm using them as an example. They want to get off that line quick as hell. They don't want no no bump and run, nothing, right? So I think that affected them. The timing between Tua and the receivers, but the O line. After the third, fourth possession, the O line,
they got in shambles.
They got shambles. Yeah,
the interception from Tua, bro. The guy was wide open, but when you're getting pressure and you're getting slapped in the face, the ball sailed on him. Why? Because he thought he was gonna get hit. The 74, Liam, whatever, bro. He's a liability. Connor Williams was missed, and he's a liability. But it pisses me off how it wasn't addressed. How he's still on the team pisses me off. It needs to be addressed. If our main piece of this fucking team is Tua, how don't you protect him? I get it. Our offense is hype, throw the ball. It's a quick
get rid of that ball.
Shoot and go. But you got to protect him. And he's not doing that. And so he's to blame. Him and Fangio right now are to blame. Fangio needs to figure it out. He's that smart. He needs to pick out some schemes to where if his pass rushers aren't going to get in, he needs to figure out a scheme where he's going to blitz some linebackers or some cornerback safety blitzes. Our only bright spot on the defensive side is Van Ginkel and Holland. Without them, they probably would have scored 80.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the game got away with this. So obviously, the run game for Miami had to disappear, right? You had to play catch up when you got behind. But Miami and Buffalo, man, at Buffalo, it's like a haunted place for them. I mean, you could go back to when Marino.
They own us.
It wasn't even that
for whatever
cold
reason.
No,
it wasn't. For whatever reason, Miami playing at Buffalo, it's like a guaranteed struggle. Like, you know what I mean? It's for whatever reason.
If they play at Buffalo the rest of the year, I'd be 3-14. I mean, the Dolphins would be 3-14.
You know, they should be happy they played at Buffalo now than they are.
Well, that's the thing,
next
though.
time they play them?
At the end of the year, last game of the season.
Well, then look at that.
Yeah, but
the last time
the schedule came out, you had to, as a
Miami fan, I won't be a Dolphins fan, dude.
You shouldn't be one next week.
Listen,
bro,
4 games.
I think it's like in the last 10 games, Buffalo's like 9-1 against us, and the only game they won is last year when I was over there in Miami, and it was like close as hell. They need to figure it out. They need to figure it out.
Listen, defense. This is four games in. 2 out of the 4 games, Miami's defense. The Chargers week 1, and now Buffalo. With these points, Miami's defense, when they, if they want to get, they are in the discussion, like, but if they want to get to that discussion, like, legitimately, like, be in there in the thick of things with Kansas City and Buffalo and stuff, when you play these high-powered offenses, you can't have performances like that. You know what I mean? And especially too, you want to take the ball. You want to take the ball away too. Try to some way somehow get turnovers to put that offense back on the field. You know what I mean? And they didn't do it. They didn't do it this weekend. But the schedule. The one thing with Dolphins, they started 3-0 last year. Then they went 3-3. Hopefully, it doesn't go at that direction. But the next 2 games is set up nice. We'll see what happens. Giants are at Miami this week, so. If it's any get right game, bounce back game,
that's your favorite team.
They'll get Andrew Thomas back. They'll get Saquon Barkley back, and actually, Danny Dime is fucking throwing passes everywhere. That's knowing the Dolphins. We'll see.
We'll see. So that's Miami. So the second one is before we get to I'm just gonna start. We're gonna talk about my Cowboys who bounced back this week. After a really bad loss against Arizona, they bounced back 38-3 against New England. Giving Bill Belichick his worst loss in his career ever, 35-point loss. My takes on that is, simple. The defense bounced back. The one thing that stands out for me on the defense is DeRon Bland, 2 interceptions, 1 going for a pick 6. Just to have confidence, just like I said last year when we lost Anthony Brown towards the end of the season, we moved Bland to the outside, and I thought he had a good, especially the 2 playoff games against San Francisco and Tampa. He did what he had to do on the outside. He's in the outside now due to the injury of Trayvon Diggs. Last week against Arizona, whatever you want to call it, it was just not our day. But for him to bounce back the way he did, get that confidence to play outside, that's only going to help. And the first drive of the game for New England, I'm not going to lie to you, I was like, oh, here we go. They drove down the field. We held them to 3, but they settled in and stuff like that. And Mac Jones just looked like he was lost. Like rushing like I'm gonna be honest. Like he was rushing throws. Like and we hear it right. We hear it throughout the one thing that they teach you when you're young is don't ever throw across to the opposite side of the field. He got away with it first time. The second time it got picked off and went to the end zone. The only bad take, and I hate to say it because it was a 38-3 game, but the defense got 14 points off that. So the red zone problems for Dallas. I mean, you can't when you play these big time games like this upcoming week against San Francisco, you can't be going 1 for 4 in the red zone. I know it's not a guarantee to score a touchdown, but you're trying to punch it in. They went 1 for 4 with 1 touchdown. I think 2 or 3 field goals. 3 field goals. It feels like when they get into the red zone, they just like the play. I don't know if it's the play calling or they don't know how to work with a short field. I don't know what it is.
CeeDee Lamb said,
yes,
told him what to do. Give him the ball.
They should. I don't understand that.
Listen, just throw me the ball.
The one thing I noticed was like we use our tight ends a lot, right? The tight end from Michigan throughout the first 4 weeks he should stay in Michigan. Period. Like he dropped a touchdown pass right in his goddamn hands. Like you know what I mean? Like the 1 touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb wasn't considered a red zone because it was a 20-yard touchdown pass. It wasn't inside the 20, so that's why it wasn't considered a red zone touchdown. But listen, there's not too much to talk about. We bounced back off of a bad loss. We got a big one coming up this week. We'll talk about that on Friday against San Francisco. This is the game where, man, you want to be. You're in the discussion with Philly and San Francisco.
Oh, it's gonna be an internet frenzy.
But it already is. It's gonna be a great game. Bring that that old rivalry needs to get back to where it used to be in the 90s and stuff like that. But like I said, overall it was good. Like overall it was a good bounce back game. Jake Ferguson had his best game of the season and he worked the middle of the field. It wasn't no damn flat routes and stuff like that. That's another thing too, because I think we do miss Dalton Schultz through the first 3 weeks because he worked that middle of the field pretty good. Jake Ferguson finally did that and was successful in it. So I think if we can have that nature, if we can have him working that middle of the field, then it opens up CeeDee Lamb. And even though Brandon Cooks hasn't really done nothing through the first 4 weeks, but the red zone problems needs to get fixed. And the defense, Deron Bland's performances, give him confidence, give him a boost. And Michael Parsons, 8 pressures. He's
one of the best.
He's great. He's great. You know what I mean? So if you guys want to chime in on your thoughts of the game, go ahead.
You guys did what you had to do. Now you got to show up this week. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like you said, red zone is important. But you do got a nice kicker who's doing.
No, surprisingly, yeah. Because going into the season, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Like we got Robbie Gould out there and stuff like that, and we're going with a kicker from the USFL. But hey, so listen, I can't complain so far.
I like that guy.
He's the MVP.
So far in offense,
you know what it is too with New England, right? Like, what are they doing to help Mac Jones? Like, I get it, he's probably not the best. Like, you look at it, like Jalen Hurts, right? His 3rd year, they got him AJ Brown. Tua, they got him Tariq. In his 3rd year, which is now, right? Zach Wilson, they drafted Garrett Wilson. They gave these receivers pieces. In his 3rd year, they got him fucking Juju Smith-Schuster. Who the fuck is that?
Juju, man.
Juju.
Come on, let's be real.
Juju hasn't been good since he was number 2 in Pittsburgh.
And he's been doing those TikTok videos. That's all he's been doing.
Oh, like Chase Claypool, huh?
Yeah, we'll get to your team. But what you call and having Zach Martin back in our center was a big plus. Tyron Smith, he looks iffy already for Sunday against San Francisco.
I got the 49ers
I like him
by 17.
17? That's all right. Yeah. That's okay.
Another 4 touchdown game by.
No, I see a tie.
Listen.
We
played them tough last year.
To the 49er fans, be careful. This guy right here is a jinx. This guy which way? This way?
Yeah, that way.
So this guy McCaffrey might get hurt.
Oh, Danny, yeah. Then
what happened to the Dolphins? This guy might get hurt.
Don't say that. Come on.
Okay.
But that's
make my role.
That was keeping it simple with the Cowboys. Keep us in with the Cowboys. All right. Which one of you two want to go? Let me see. You know what? We're gonna leave Paulo because this is week 4. So let's see. We're gonna Danny. You're Giants, man. What a performance on Monday, right? I mean, give me your takes.
It don't get better than that. It don't get better than that.
It doesn't. Jeez.
We were talking about this a while back again on prior episodes, and we were waiting for this Monday night game to see. This was the real Giants, which type of Giants team was going to come out. Was it going to be the second half against Arizona Giants, or was it going to be the Cowboys game Giants? And can we blame the injuries? Yeah, absolutely. I blame part of it due to injuries. We don't have Saquon. We don't have Andrew Thomas.
But Danny, let me add, Hold on. Andrew Thomas is your best offensive lineman, right?
Yes.
This is a question. This is a question. Is getting him back going to fix your whole issues with that offensive line?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. I'm just I try to look at ways to say that my Giants don't suck. That's what you want to hear. My Giants suck.
Say it, man.
Giants should be in the running for the first pick along with the Bears. At least give us the second pick. We'll take Marvin Harrison. But
the Panthers finished second.
Oh,
it don't matter. Did you not read what happened with what he said? Mr. Williams, Caleb Williams. His top 5 teams is not Chicago's not on there, and he said if his top 5 teams is not on the list,
he ain't worth it.
He said he can make way more money as going back to UFC.
Then he should go.
We'll talk about that on Friday. We'll talk about Danny.
Phoenix is better than him anyway.
I'll be quick. I'll be quick with my Giants.
The Giants are on.
Oh shit! Hold on. Daniel Jones got sacked. Daniel Jones just got sacked again.
Oh man, damn. Again. But we also played an underrated Seahawks team. This Seahawks team is not that bad. It's a playoff team. Geno Smith has opened a lot of eyes, opened my eyes. I wish we had Geno Smith now, to be honest. Not when we had him and McAdoo started him over Eli to ruin Eli's longevity streak, games played streak, game start streak, I mean. But, like I said, Seattle's an underrated team. They played well. The Giants just suck, bro. I think we're done.
Hold on, can I chime in with the McAdoo situation?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we all saying McAdoo was a bad coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you do
nice hairdo.
Yeah, but you do know 2 of the things he tried to do, right?
Bench Eli.
So yeah, one of the but you're right. So one of the things he tried to do was he knew that Eli's time was coming up and it was about to be done, and he wanted Geno to become the starter, right? And the main thing he wanted to do, right, in the draft of Mahomes, he went up to Mara and said, "I want him. That's the quarterback I want us to get." And you know what Mara said? "No, we're good. We'll pass on him."
Yeah, they just didn't.
He might be an idiot. He might be an idiot, but if you listen to him, guess what you would have had? You would have had an all-time pro right now.
That's true.
So he was a dumbass.
Yeah.
But you could have had him. You could have had a great.
Yeah. But
listen,
we got to play with who we have.
Oh, Chicago could have had him too. So we can go back.
But listen. With your Giants, man. Listen. I'm a Cowboys fan. The rival was there, but I'm also gonna be realistic. Like, I mean, how much of last year is a fluke now? 4 weeks in. I mean, I'm not gonna say but it looks worse than what. I mean, obviously it looks worse than what. It's like you guys took 2 steps back.
Can we be an 8-8 team? Yes, I think we can be an 8-8 team, but we're not making the playoffs.
Your next 2 games is at Miami and at Buffalo.
I understand that, but you got to realize we also play Washington. That's a beatable game. We also play
twice.
Thank God, like 1-3.
Washington, I don't think Washington's that bad of a team.
I don't either.
But we can beat Washington.
Listen, 1-3 is not what the Giants expected to be.
No, it's not.
But
it should be 0-4. Honestly,
that's exactly what I was going to say. That second half of Arizona, you guys could be sitting at 0-4, possibly 0-6 with the next 2 games. I mean, listen, it's.
But we're gonna land Devontae Adams, so we'll be all right.
Got high hopes. You guys are not being.
Sure.
No. Why would he?
To be honest, I don't even think Devontae Adams will help him out. That's how you know.
I don't think
the offensive line is
Giants
bad. You seen that one video of Evan Neal? He blocked Darren Waller instead of he blocked Darren Waller.
Evan Neal needs to be put at
right quarantine. Guard. He needs to be put in quarantine.
Right next to you.
You know what I mean?
Right next to you.
Right next to me with the Rona.
We blocking each other.
Have fucking Rona.
And listen, having the Giants are the only defense in the NFL that has not gotten a takeaway yet.
Yes, but it's not the record. The record is 8 games. That was Tampa Bay in 2018.
You know, I like our linebacker.
They're halfway there.
The linebacker we got from the Lions, he plays pretty well, but besides him, we don't have nobody else. You know,
60-3.
Jackson and McKinney.
60-3. 60-43 in your 2 home
that
games.
Shows it's
both on prime time. Both on prime time. And then you want to, and then your 3 primetime games, because the following week against San Francisco was primetime. I think it was like 90. I think it was like
many stats.
I think it was like sorry, man. This is a podcast, man. We got to put numbers on there. I'll be the stat guy.
All right,
just like I don't remember putting 8 points for you in the Vets. I don't remember that.
You got more stats of how bad my Giants are than you do of your own Cowboys.
There's nothing to talk about. What stats?
It's a typical Cowboys fan, right?
You want stats? You want stats from the Cowboys? Okay, we lead the league in
turnovers.
No, I don't
want stats from the Cowboys.
We lead the league in turnovers. We lead the league in
defensive
touchdowns. We're on pace to go 3 years in a row leading the league in defense.
Mike,
I got you, Mike. I got
you.
Man.
You're gonna make him stay home like 2 weeks because
I'm gonna give him extra quarantine. No, but
extra quarantine.
But I'm serious.
Rona's about to flare up.
But I'm serious though. I'm I'm not a Giants fan, right? But like these Giants, the 1-3 is not what you expected. What the hell are you drinking, man?
Soup?
You're drinking soup.
What the hell?
Thanks, Mike.
The hell are you drinking? Iced tea from the Chinese store? What the hell are you doing?
It's my water jug.
This guy said he's hot and he's drinking soup.
Staying hydrated.
Bro, you just gave him a fever, man. He's like 105 right now.
Thanks, Mike.
Sorry, man.
I'm hearing
well, I didn't even finish it. You want me to finish it? Want me to finish it?
What's going on?
If you want to count
if
you want to count the 49er game, you're talking about. Let's see. Hold on,
Mike.
96-17 in your 3 primetime games.
We're bad, but a lot of those games, the Dallas game, were we expected to get blown out? No, but we weren't expected to win that game. 49ers game, same thing. You know, Arizona game, okay, we won. Seattle game, am I going to blame the injuries? Yes, for you saying all that stuff, I'm going to blame the injuries. All the injuries, Mike. No, we ran into a underrated Seattle Seahawks team. That team is really good. We suck. Let's see what's going to happen these next few weeks. How bad and how low we're going to be.
Good luck.
Are we going to be worse than Denver? Are we going to be worse than the Bears?
Why are you bringing my team into the conversation?
Huh? Because you're about to start talking about your team, right?
The offensive line. Listen, we'll finish it off.
I have enough about my Giants.
But listen, one quick question though. Do you guys have a problem with the way that Dabo reacted on camera throwing the tablet?
Hell no, he needs to do that shit more
often. Yeah, he should.
No, you don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
No, you do it to him, you do it to everybody because the whole team sucks on
you run through game plans
every
fucking day.
I would have thrown that certain.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No, you're not doing what you're doing.
Breman, but let's be real, Breman. Breman, let's be real.
Mike.
Let's be real though.
Yeah.
Dable ain't coaching right either.
The Rona got this guy like going crazy over here, man. You've been locked in your room since Saturday, right?
Dable deserves blame. Offensive coordinator, they all deserve blame. Defensive, it's not just Daniel Jones, bro. But you gotta tell me, you get sacked 10 times. You're fighting for your life.
I got you.
I don't like that. I don't like that he singled him out. I don't like it.
One quick take from Seattle. That kid Witherspoon
he's gonna be good.
Looks like it's gonna be a hell of a pick.
And Jamal Adams, I'm sorry, I think you were a heck of a player. It might be time for you to consider to just retire, bro. Because
he did.
You got an injury bug, like just flying around you. Like
he got mad, didn't he? He got mad because
he wanted to go back in, but
He apologized.
Cousin protocol, man. You gotta.
Yeah, but he's got that bug around him, bro.
All right, what you call? So the Giants this week look to change things up, traveling to South Beach, where hopefully they don't take a picture on the boat.
To a touchdown.
All right, listen, we saved the best for last. Hold on, Pierre. I'm sorry. What are you doing on Sunday? Are you rooting for your Giants? Or are you rooting what? Jeez, talk about a dilemma, huh? Talk about.
You really want to know what I'm doing on Sunday?
Real quick.
I'm going to a Sweet 16, man.
You going to a Sweet 16
on a Sunday? I'm happy to go.
No, you're not. You just saying that because Denise is behind you. Don't lie.
Blink once.
Nah, Denise isn't here. She's right downstairs.
All right, so listen. All right, so we're going to save the best for last because Mr. Paulo, 4 weeks. Your 4 weeks of review is up. The floor is yours, my man.
So we finally got to see the Justin Fields that every Bears fan had ever hoped for, right? You start off the game with what? 19 straight completions? Fucking 28-7. I didn't even watch the game. I was doing some family stuff, but I had, cell phones. Keeps me updated, right? I'm checking these stats. This motherfucker was 12 of 12, blah, blah, blah. 19 of 19. I said, what the fuck's going on?
You're not watching the game.
I think that might be the thing. Next week, I'm not watching. I mean, this Thursday, I'm not watching the game. There's nothing to do on Thursday night. I got to watch the game. But right. Yeah, we saw what we wanted out of Justin Fields. I mean, the passing was just spot on. DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, no fucking Chase Claypool. Maybe that could be what we need is just trade this motherfucker away and get rid of garbage or noise in the team, right? Because it seemed like Justin Fields had his mind right. Maybe the coaches are starting to fucking watch our podcast and hearing me complain that they fucking suck. Because that was a totally different game plan than what everyone was expected. I fucking loved it. But then you got, the defense where you spent all this fucking money. All this money. And we going through an injury bug. Some of our top players are hurt. But goddamn, 28-7. And you still lose the game. And this is where I feel like these coaches are doing this shit on purpose. 28-28. You're inside the 20-yard line.
I was just about to go.
Yeah, I was waiting for you.
Fourth down. You don't fucking kick a field goal.
Is this an analytic thing? I don't understand that.
I don't give a fuck. What? It doesn't matter.
No, I'm sorry. Listen, I get into the... No, I hope it wasn't, because if it is, then those analytic department needs to get fired, because that was terrible.
Dude, at that moment, when they went for it, I fucking lost my shit.
And prior to that was the timeouts that he was taking too.
And I get it. Herbert was having a good game, but you're in the 18-yard line. Just kick the fucking field goal.
Yeah, dude, it would have been 31-28. You would have made Russell Wilson, drive the ball. Great. All right.
Tie game, go to overtime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go for it on four. I could just imagine what was going on in Chicago that day.
That's the type of game that you never want to see nobody lose their job. But that's a fire. Game.
Listen, I told my
that's wife, like Monday morning. That's like Monday morning. You're done. You're fired. Fired.
Coach. If I was the owner, I swear to God, that coach would not have made it to the office. He would have been fired right as soon as he fucking got close to that shit.
I read I think it was last night that
I can't do it.
He's on a hot seat already.
Oh, already?
No, I'm talking about if in a game they're saying I read one or two
after tomorrow's game, right?
Yeah, one or two more games. If they don't progress, that he might be on and out. And that might be. But you know what it is? If you guys are ready to get away from Justin Fields, right? That might be a bad thing to do because that might be a bad thing because once you get rid of him, you might get a spark and you might start winning some games because you kind of figured out what to do with Justin Fields. He had a good game because I had a stat that I wanted to use last week on Friday. right? In the 28 games that he's played in his career, he's never had a 300-yard game until
that was his first one,
right?
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, I had numbers. Justin Herbert had 15 in his first 28. Tua 7, Mac Jones 5, Trevor Lawrence 3, Zach Wilson had 2, and CJ Stroud had 2.
2 or in his first year.
He's
4
good,
games.
Man.
In 4 games.
And he's never had one until this Sunday. So you probably kind of figured something out. And if he can throw for 300 and figure out that he can also run, bro, he's a threat. He's a threat. So,
hey Paulo, do you think that's why he still has a job on Monday because of what this guy did, even though the team lost? But what Fields did, I think that's why he's still
Lubadoof. What's his name? Lubadufa?
Flabbergasted.
Elberfrost?
There you go.
I don't know. I really don't know why he's still coaching.
That's kind of, you look at the bright side with Fields of what he did on Sunday, but it was Denver. Denver's making everybody look amazing.
But it's crazy because Denver's defense was great last year. I don't know what's going on.
New system, I guess. I don't know,
man.
But listen, I'm like, holy shit, Chicago up 28-7. I was like, holy shit, my pick is looking great. Like, I picked them plus 3.5. Then it just starts creeping, and then I watched the drive where, like, you go for it, like we just talked about. You kick the point. If that's an analytic thing, that's a terrible decision. Like, analytics or not, like, you kick the points, like, because you're 0-3. Like, yeah, you're gonna play that card that you have nothing to lose. You have a lot to lose. You're not safe, dude. You're not safe to come back next year. Nobody on the team is.
Days after the game, I'm not even mad that we lost. I'm mad that he didn't get fired.
Listen, that's a fireable game, man. Like,
no, it was bad. Like, you guys, if you guys would have lost in overtime,
that's a game you should have won. That would have put you in the win column.
28-7, you gotta win that game. That's
everything went good, right? Like, and then on top of that, you're also calling the defensive plays. So on top of that, you gave up a 21 point lead.
He should have been fired.
It's on you. You're calling the plays. You're calling the plays. You don't kick a field goal. And from what I read, the way he used the timeouts in the second half was terrible.
He's a bad coach.
Like, you can't, like,
he's fucking terrible.
You can't sit there in the podium. After the game. I don't know if he said it or not, but you can't sit there and say, we have nothing to lose. It's week 4 and you're 0-3. You have a lot to lose, man.
What is Lovie Smith doing? We need him back.
I mean, ever since he left, you guys haven't figured it out.
I sent that out. Like, he got fired going 10-6.
10-6, yeah.
You get fired.
If you ain't winning Super Bowls, I guess you got to go, right? That's the thing. You know what?
That was the year after the Super Bowl.
If I'm the Bears, you know what I do, right? And this is crazy, right? Because you need a running game, right? Listen, call Indianapolis because Jonathan Taylor does not want to play there. You get Jonathan Taylor, you give up a first round, second round. No, you can't. You got 2 first rounds. You don't want to give up that, right? So you give up a second round. You already got. We said it last week. You got to get DJ Moore involved. They did it, right? Claypool's out of the door. You're not going to get what you got for him. Get him out, right?
They're going to release him. He has no trade value.
Involve Mooney.
No. But you got to go get a running game. I don't think Herbert's your running game.
No.
You should have never let go of Montgomery.
That's that. Yeah, exactly.
Montgomery and Herbert together were a good 1-2 punch. You should have let that. You should have kept that. But if Jonathan Taylor doesn't want to go, then you got draft picks. Go get him.
But you also got that rookie, Rashawn Johnson. He's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, but the 5 carries is not going to work for him.
Yeah, but they're not giving him the fucking ball. They're giving him on shit fucking downs.
Yeah.
Like, you need to start fucking mingling, like, doing something different. Because whatever you're doing is not fucking working.
0-4. The losing streak continues.
Then it's like what's going through my head is, what if this Banjan dude is the next fucking Purdy?
The next what?
Brock Purdy.
Oh, you're back up.
Why not, right? Why not?
You see, we can't live by that. Not everybody. Because you got to remember.
Hey, man, just let me fucking dream a little bit.
You're
man.
right.
Shit.
You're right. But you got to remember, Kyle Shanahan's their coach.
Damn.
You don't have Kyle Shanahan.
You don't have that.
There.
Well, let's fucking trade Justin Fields for fucking Shanahan, man. Like, God.
Jay Cutler said it on Inside the NFL.
Dude, I'd take Jay Cutler.
He said
right now.
he said what they're doing in
Lord.
Chicago. He said what they're doing in Chicago is basically messing up Justin Fields. Like, he's lost.
But isn't that another thing of what they did to Zach Wilson? Isn't Zach, what's his name? Uberloof? I don't know. What's your coach's name?
Elberfruss.
Isn't he a defensive?
I don't even give a fuck what his name is.
Isn't he a defensive coach?
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Why do defensive coaches get hired
in the offensive league?
When not even that, when there's an offensive quarterback that you draft.
Yeah, that I don't understand either.
But that wasn't his quarterback that he drafted.
But that's the thing, you're making these quarterbacks fail. Like Robert Saleh, you put a defensive-minded coach, and he brought over a rookie offensive coordinator. Zach Wilson's not going to succeed in that. Same thing with Justin Fields. Isn't it like his second or third coordinator already?
Yeah.
It's not going to work that way.
Last time Bears had a winning record, Matt Nagy was the coach in the double doink, or whatever you want to call it, in the playoff.
That was his first year.
Yeah.
So and then he came back to reality.
Chicago, 0-4. I'm not going to lie to you.
Tough game tomorrow.
I said it. They probably
after tomorrow is done.
Oh, I read something that if you guys lose tomorrow, there's a possibility that he doesn't make it through the weekend as your head coach.
Good. That'll be the best thing. Like, you need to shake it up. Because I like what I saw on offense. I still hate our defense. And I'm hoping he gets let go. Like, I hate to say, like, I hope we fucking lose just so he can leave. Because I really hate this guy. I have a lot of hate for him. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I just can't.
Well, that's just what the hell is wrong with you, man?
Can't take it anymore. You can't take it anymore. You got the Rona too?
It's pissing me off, man.
Let it out. Go ahead. This is your week 4 review. You said 4 weeks.
Friday. Yo,
no, now it's 5.
Friday, I might be on the show happy as hell that he gets fired. I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
But
that's week 4 in review for our teams. Real quick before the end of the show, we're just gonna do a blitz on the rest of the games. Quick takes.
Bears lose Thursday.
There you go. Okay. I mean, what's it called? I'm gonna start naming the games. Quick takes from you guys. We weren't on Friday, so Detroit Packers, real quick. Detroit 34-20. Your take, real quick.
Lions are nice. Laporta's a hell of a tight end.
Laporta is real good. No, Laporta's good. And they brought. Look, the thing is, just Jordan Love isn't. I don't know if he's ready yet, man.
He needs more. He needs more time.
And then he's still missing Aaron Jones and all that, but they should be okay. But Detroit looks good right now. I like Detroit.
I think he likes Dobbs a lot.
He does 13 targets.
Yeah. So I think he'll be all right. He's not going to be a great quarterback. He's going to be a decent quarterback. But fuck the Packers.
Okay. Atlanta and Jacksonville, 23-7 Jacksonville. The game was played in Andy's room.
and Jaguars.
Cool.
Jaguars home. My daughter watched it for a little bit. That's what I was cool.
You had Slingy as the chain game. It was awesome.
And they had the little crane come and drop the ball at the thing, so that was cool. So they watched it for a little bit. But I
mean, it's a typical London game, trash game.
It's Jacksonville's home. Yeah. Jacksonville's home.
Ritter's horrible.
Ritter isn't that good, but for Mac Hollins to disrespect Mac Hollins, you're a bum. Who are you to disrespect the quarterback? You're a bum.
Who?
So, Jacksonville. Atlanta's coming back to reality, and Jacksonville is doing what they have to do. But they still don't impress me in Jacksonville.
Let me tell you something about Jacksonville. Not because they're my defense on fantasy, but they're a very underrated defense.
They are.
They are. Atlanta. They played Atlanta. They played Atlanta.
Josh Allen, the non-quarterback.
First 3 weeks, they have double-digit points.
Josh Allen, the defensive end from Jacksonville, is
but
good.
They played Atlanta.
But the one thing that they are good.
Guess what?
They could have had Aiden Hutchinson. What a terrible pick.
Walker, he's a bum.
What a terrible
He came out of nowhere too.
What you would call?
Let's go next.
We talked about Miami. We talked about Chicago. Baltimore 28, Cleveland 3. Baltimore sitting in the AFC North 3-1. Cleveland was without Deshaun Watson.
And they put up a 5th round quarterback to play the game. They already out Chubb. Now you're out Watson, and then you put a 5th round quarterback. Brother, go against that team. I get it.
They had nothing going on.
Nothing. And
no running.
Their offense was struggling
nothing.
before, and now imagine what a 5th-round quarterback in. So, and then this team did what they had to do. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Mike, you fell?
No, the laptop fell. The laptop went back. Nah. It looked like I fell. I ain't fall. I ain't fall.
Sorry.
Listen. Upset or not, I'm a little surprised by this. Houston 30, Pittsburgh 6.
I called it.
In the game that
called
wasn't
it.
even.
You called it.
CJ Stroud.
I said it. Alabama quarterbacks are trash. CJ Stroud was the way to go, number 1, and he's showing it.
We talked about it last week. You said I had him as my number 1 quarterback coming out. You did too, right?
And the Steelers look trash.
I don't like
and people were going crazy.
I don't like him.
And people were going crazy how they were playing in the preseason. It's the preseason, guys. Relax. Pickett doesn't look that good. Neither does Najee Harris. You suck.
He sucks.
And the thing that's crazy is, did you guys see last week how Jay Jettas, which is Justin Jefferson, he tweeted something about, I wish Kenny Pickett was my quarterback? I hope that was like
what?
Yeah, I have a tweet that he said it. I hope it was like a joke, and he was like making fun of Pittsburgh.
Guy's a funny guy, man.
Bro, Kirk Cousins does this thing, and Kenny Pickett is not that good, and it showed. But
this might be one of the worst teams Coach has.
Tomlin has, yeah. And CJ Stroud, they have a nice young team there.
Yes, they do.
Nico Collins plays is good,
yeah.
And he was from Michigan. He wasn't that good over there, but he stopped. He's doing some shit.
The defense is playing good. DeMeco Ryans is going to have that. Listen, the AFC South through 4 weeks, and I know Jacksonville on paper should run away. Anyone could win that division right now.
Yeah,
anyone.
No, so I'm impressed with them. And Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. I hate watching Pittsburgh play. Next talk. We're going to you just finished talking about Kirk Cousins. Vikings 21-13, getting the first win of the season. Didn't start off good with that 99-yard pitch 6, but they bounced back. Screw Kirk Cousins because he only threw the ball to my tight end 3 times. But they got a much needed win because even with Detroit being 3-1, the NFC North is still a little up for grabs. Even though Detroit is the best team in that division. But and I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? With Minnesota, right? And this goes to we go about saying how Cheetah's the best, could be like is a great receiver, and Devontae Adams. Bro, Justin Jefferson is number 1.
Clearly number 1.
You know you have to stop him, and he still goes off.
Yeah.
So, but Minnesota needed this game. But it's against the Panthers. And Miles Sanders is trash. I hate that he's on my team, on my fantasy team. I don't know if the offensive line is that bad.
It's bad.
But holy shit, he's bad.
13 carries, 19 yards.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
That's something that they don't even have a first round pick. I was going to say they got to run it. They got to make sure they get an offensive lineman.
But how did Chicago get their pick?
From the number 1 pick? There was a first round pick. DJ Moore. They gave the 2024 first round pick. So now, I mean, Paulo's also is a Carolina fan.
Man, it's looking bad because they could have stunk it up and got Caleb Williams. Now they're gonna be stuck with Bryce Young. I think he's gonna be trash.
All right, so moving on. The LA Rams, 29-23 over the Colts. Rams had a 23-0 lead. Had to go into overtime. Game-winning touchdown from Matthew Stafford to Puka. I think because that's what I guess.
This shows that anybody can be a scout. Because guy like Puka Nacua can slip to the 3rd round, and this kid is amazing. He's another.
He's always open.
You know, you got to watch out for the Rams in that division with them.
So now
and this guy's coming back.
That's going to be a dynamic duo there.
Yep.
And then Matthew Stafford, bro.
Oh shit! Danny fell. Oh.
Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford, man. He comes. He shows up when he has to, and that touchdown in overtime got him to win. But I'm impressed with the Colts. I like the way they play. Anthony Richardson didn't have a great game, 11 for 25, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he showed poise in the end of the game, like coming back to
he's behind CJ Stroud, right? If you're ranking him, right? Right now.
Yeah. Like I said, he's number 2 because I don't like Bryce Young. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. So I like the way they're playing the game. I like Anthony Richardson, but I'm telling you now, if they would have had the mustache, what's his name?
Minshew.
They would have won that game. I like Minshew a lot.
All right, we're gonna run real quick through the rest of the game. Tampa 26, New Orleans 9. This is how much we know about football. Goddamn, Baker Mayfield looks good right now.
Bro, you know when he said the Godwin, he said his dick got hard when he saw the guy go. Yo, Baker Mayfield was one crazy motherfucker, man. I tell you. But
listen, this is
everybody
the best
gave up on him.
this is the most talented team that he has. Even though Mike Evans' hamstring issue is something to watch for, he didn't play the second half. But and the defense is good. You know what I mean? Devontae Davis, Evan White, when they're healthy, they're top 5 linebacker duo. Davis, the cornerback, is not bad. They have talent. Shaq Barrett, they have some pass rushers.
They got a good team and they got a good defense too.
Yeah, and with the Saints, real quick.
Derek Carr is not healthy. He's not healthy.
Like I know he's hurt, but it's just like they don't take no shots down the field.
No,
I mean,
they did. They threw that one shot to this guy too.
He overthrew them, but still,
and it was great play by Wingfield to stop that touchdown. But that's it. That was his only bomb.
Moving on. Philly had to go into overtime against the Commanders, 34-31. Washington always plays Philly tough in Philly.
They do, but I'm telling you, man, Philly don't look that great this year, man.
The defense was a little disappointing on Sunday. I'm not gonna lie.
They're 4-0, but 4-0 is 4-0. It is what it is. But they look like they've been struggling every game. But Washington does fight them hard. I don't think Washington's that bad either. So I don't think we're gonna see what Chicago could do with Washington this week.
I think Sam Howell's been
okay. If he doesn't hold on to the ball, he holds on to the ball way too long. If he can get rid of it faster, he'll be okay.
All right,
the Eagles.
Moving on, we talked about the Bengals. Anybody want to say anything about Tennessee? Tennessee, 27-3.
No.
They just
We got Derrick Henry going.
Derrick Henry, yeah. Chargers 24-17 over the Raiders. I mean, that was a game again. The Chargers almost did it again.
Every week, you're a dumbass. Every week, you just, bro, I don't understand you.
He got lucky going that 50-yard
quarterback pass that you just paid a ton of money to fractured his finger. Why in the fuck are you going 4th and 1? You're having everybody push him. You want to make it worse. And then what I don't get is your quarterback seals the game with an interception, and you're running to him to go down with 2:26 left, and they had 2 timeouts. Are you an idiot? Have him score, and it's like, he might be the dumbest coach in this world. In this world, I'm talking about he might be dumber than the high school coaches around the street. This guy's an idiot. An idiot.
All right, ready? We talked about Dallas. San Francisco 35-16. It was a 21-16 game at one point, but San Francisco was too much for Arizona. Christian McCaffrey, man, holy shit. I mean, you want MVP is a quarterback award, right?
I saw that game. I mean, they was just
through the first 4 weeks. I mean, I don't know how he's not the favorite right now.
He jumped over that the defender at one point. To score the touchdown.
No, you know what's messed up on that game? They could have had him tied the record.
Yeah,
they gave it to 30. That's messed up. But whatever it is, I don't think he got pissed off about it. But they could have gave it to him.
41 points is good enough.
Listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you right now, the 49ers are the best team in the NFL, and it's gonna be a dogfight this week. I don't think it's going to be easy. It's going to be a dogfight between them and the Cowboys. And listen, like I said before with the Arizona is not a bad team. We all thought they were going to be a joke. They fight. They fight.
Like we thought. And then we talked. Giants played Monday night, so we're not going to talk about that. So the last game will be Sunday night, Kansas City 23-20. I blame Taylor Swift. Kelsey and Mahomes are not on the same page. There's Mahomes gave me. Listen, my fantasy week was terrible. 39 freaking points. But Patrick Mahomes should not be giving me 13 points. My God.
The Jets defense came to play.
They did come to play, but some of the interceptions Mahomes did.
Well, they didn't come to play in the first quarter, but they did come to play.
But Mahomes interceptions is like Patrick Mahomes interceptions.
That game,
I'm like, what are you looking at? That's not Patrick Mahomes.
The refs fucked that game up at the end.
You said it. How many times have we said it in this show, though? The refs are terrible. But you know who also showed up to play in this game? Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh,
my cousin
ran all over.
That is my cousin.
Yeah, he was
ran all over.
Running.
You know why? You know why he did that?
Hey man, you got to give it up to Zach Wilson.
Yeah, that's what
had a decent game.
His whole family was there. They wanted him to have the ball. So
Zach Wilson had a good game, right?
Yeah,
now people were saying get rid of him and stuff like that, and he needs to not play. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh well, if he plays like this, no.
If he plays the way he did on Sunday, they could be a sub 500 team.
That doesn't get you in the playoffs in the AFC.
It doesn't matter, but that shows progression on his part. That's all you like. We keep talking like if he can be like that Alex Smith type of quarterback, And that's exactly what he did that on Sunday.
Well, they're at Denver, so let's see. I mean, they're at Denver, right?
And then
so
one more thing with that game with the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, do me a favor, just shut up, please. Like, no one needs to know. Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, rehab and shut the fuck up, man.
Is he quarantined like me?
He's just adding fuel to the fire. Just shut up, man. I can't stand the guy. The guy's always about himself. Selfish little bastard. I want to hit him with a
Ron.
Hey, Commanders by 25.
Yeah, 35. Yeah, so that's pretty much the wrap for
I don't
week 4.
I don't think I'm gonna be so fucking excited if we lose on fucking Thursday. Like, this might be the most exciting fucking loss ever.
Yeah. So that's the wrap for week 4. I know we went over a little bit of an hour, but we didn't do an episode on Friday, so we were just trying to catch up on everything. Friday's episode, same thing, right? Weekly picks. We could do another blitz for week 5. Talk about quick takes about our upcoming matchups for our teams. You got Miami, Giants at Miami. Chicago plays tomorrow, so we'll have plenty to talk about that on Friday to start the show. We can start the show with that. Dallas is at San Francisco, probably the game of the week.
And Drew Holiday to the Boston Celtics.
Basketball's right around the season. We'll talk off camera when we want to have a little basketball preview, and hopefully we can have our fantasy guard back this week. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can get Tone on with his picks and stuff like that. And also, we hear it in our group chat, but I think the podcast listeners need to listen to get Tone's opinion on his Chicago team.
Yeah, for real. He needs to come on Friday.
Yeah, so that'll be Friday's episode. Like I said, it was a little longer than usual, but we was just catching up since we didn't do it over the weekend. But yeah, episode 10 is a wrap.
Bye.
See you guys on Friday.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Please hit that button. Please support. See ya.
Thumbs up. Fuck you, Danny.
Danny the Jinx.